So, the West has finally gone mad. No, this isn't hyperbole. This is geopolitical insanity playing out in real time, and Donald Trump just lit the fuse. Let's start with the former president himself. Trump takes to Truth Social, and what does he post? Not strategy, not clarity, but this: Putin has gone crazy. He's killing people needlessly. He says missiles and drones are hitting cities for no reason. That Putin wants all of Ukraine, and that if he does, it'll lead to the downfall of Russia. That's rich coming from the guy who bragged about his very good relationship with Putin. But now, Trump's flipped the switch. Suddenly we're back in 2022. Putin's a lunatic. No context, no history, no geopolitical logic, just a tweet, a truth, and the whole media chorus is singing along again. It's as if the last 3 years never happened. As if we're not in the middle of the most complex proxy war in decades. No, it's simpler this way. Putin is crazy. That's the new meme. That's the official script now. From Trump to the deep state to every foaming-at-the-mouth think tank in Brussels. The dogs of war are back on their leashes, barking in unison. And the timing couldn't be more suspect, because here's the inconvenient truth: Russia has seized the initiative. After enduring over 1,100 drone attacks from Ukraine, yes, 1,100, many of them aimed at civilian infrastructure and one even targeting Putin's own helicopter, Moscow struck back, hard, systematically, with brutal precision. And the West? They panicked. Trump's reaction isn't strategic, it's narcissistic. He posts again: if it weren't for me, really bad things would have already happened to Russia. He's playing with fire. What fire exactly? The one Washington helped light 10 years ago in Maidan? The one NATO has been pouring gasoline on ever since? No, Trump isn't offering solutions, he's throwing tantrums. This is a man trapped in his own reflection, playing every character in his personal wonderland. One day he wants to call Putin, the next he's threatening sanctions and pretending Russia owes him a favor for holding back chaos. This isn't diplomacy, it's kabuki theater, and it's not even good theater anymore. Let's get something straight. Attempting to assassinate the president of the Russian Federation by drone is not just a provocation. It's an act of war. You don't get more serious than that. Yet there it was, Putin's helicopter targeted near Kursk. And what did the West say? Nothing. Silence. Just more headlines about Putin going mad and Russia raining hell on Ukraine. No mention of the drone swarm aimed at the heart of Russian leadership. No context for Moscow's response. Just more virtue signaling and moral posturing. But in Moscow, they're paying attention. They're connecting the dots, the intelligence, the timing, the American fingerprints on Ukrainian targeting systems. And when Russia finishes putting the puzzle together, expect a response, a real one. For a brief moment there was hope, whispers of dialogue, maybe even the beginnings of a ceasefire. That hope is dead. Lavrov is still trying to play the adult in the room, but let's be real, there's no room. The Vatican tried to broker peace between two Orthodox nations. Absurd. Istanbul's floated again as a neutral ground, but a neutral ground for what? Trump has no plan, no strategy, not even tactics, just the delusion that the side losing the war can dictate the terms of peace. Russia doesn't buy it. The Kremlin's patience is legendary, but not infinite. As Medvedev quipped, with not-so-subtle sarcasm, the buffer zone between Russia and the West might soon include 99% of Ukraine. The last sliver? That sliver might disappear too. Now, the Western media is in full meltdown. Germany is lifting restrictions on long-range weapons. France and the United States are signaling green lights. And the headlines? Russia's destroying Ukraine. But again, no mention of what started this recent wave. No mention of the assassination attempt, just panic and escalation. It's a circus, and it's been staged for months. Everyone knew this escalation was coming. The actors were just waiting for the curtain to rise. Now it has. The Taurus missiles are next. And when they start hitting Russian soil, expect Moscow to turn up the volume to 11. But while the West melts down, something very different is happening elsewhere. While NATO gears up for its next meaningless summit in the Netherlands, spoiler alert, the headline is already written, Putin is crazy, so we must fight on. The real action is in the East, in Kuala Lumpur and Beijing and Moscow and soon in Rio. The BRICS world is building, quietly, strategically, trade in local currencies, digital settlements, strategic partnerships between China, the GCC, and Iran. These aren't headlines in the West, but they should be. Because they are shaping the post-dollar, post-unipolar world in real time, and it's not chaos, it's order, emerging from the ruins of Western arrogance. So let's cut through the noise. This isn't about Putin being crazy. This isn't about Trump's ego. This is about a collapsing world order, grasping at its last levers of power, while a new one rises, faster than anyone in Washington can tweet about it. We are past diplomacy, past illusions, this ends on the battlefield. And no amount of spin, no swarm of drones, no speech in Brussels will stop what's coming. Welcome to the new Cold War, only this time it's not cold. Like what you're hearing? Then hit like, it tells the algorithm this story matters, not afraid of uncomfortable truths. Subscribe and stay ahead of the mainstream narrative. Disagree? Have a theory? Want to add fuel to the fire? Drop it in the comments, I read everyone. This isn't a safe space, it's a thinking space.